the far end of town where the grickle grass grows, and the wind smells slow and sour when it blows, and no birds ever sing excepting old crows, is the street of the lifted Lorax. Grickle grass, street of the lifted Lorax. Grickle grass, somebody lifted the Lorax away.
What was the Lorax? And why was it there? And why was it lifted and taken somewhere from the far end of town where the grickle grass grows? The old Onceler still lives here. Ask him. He knows. You won't see the Onceler. Don't knock at his door. He lurks in his lurkim on top of his store. And on grickly midnights in August, he peeks out of the shutters, and sometimes he speaks and tells how the Lorax was lifted away.
It all started way back, such a long, long time back. Way back in the days when the grass was still green, and the pond was still wet, and the clouds were still clean, and the song of the swami swans rang out in space. One morning I came to this glorious place. Then I saw the trees, the truffula trees, the bright-colored tufts of the truffula trees, mile after mile in the fresh morning breeze. And under the trees, I saw brown barbaloots frisking about in their barbaloot suits.
Under the trees, happy-dappy barbaloots. Under the trees, in our barbaloot suits. Under the trees, eating truffula fruits.
Holy succulent,
Mellifluous,
deliciously,
delifluous,
sweetly succulifluous truffula fruits.
summertimes are coming.
Under the trees,
Hummin' fish are hummin'.
under the trees,
Under the trees.
oh, these glorious,
Splendidulous,
glorious,
splendidulous.
dandy, flandy, flimulous truffula trees.
Those trees, those truffula trees. All my life I'd been searching for trees such as these. The touch of their tufts was much softer than silk, and they had the sweet smell of fresh butterfly milk. I felt a great leaping of love in my heart. I knew just what I'd do. I unloaded my cart. In no time at all, I had built a small shop. Then I chopped down a truffula tree with one chop. What you doing in my tree stump, buddy?
Your tree stump? Your tree stump? Mister, I am the Lorax. I speak for the...
Forget it. I don't really need the stump. You can have it, little fellow. Huh? Just enough to finish the cuffs. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Now, who'd you say you were, little fella?
Mister, I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees have no tongues. And I'm asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs, that thing, that horrible thing that I see, what's that thing you've made out of my truffula tree?
Look, Lorax, calm down. There's no cause for alarm. I chopped down just one tree. I'm doing no harm. This thing is most useful. This thing is a need, a fine something that all people need. It's a shirt. It's a sock. It's a glove. It's a hat. But it has other uses. Yes, far beyond that. You can use it for carpets, for pillows, for sheets, or curtains, or covers for bicycle seats.
Sir, you're crazy. You're crazy with greed. Well, there's no one on earth who would buy that fool's need.
birth of an industry, you poor stupid guy. You telling me what the public will buy?
Please, I object in the name of the trees.
All complaints will be filed in this box, if you please. Now I'd reached the stage where the potential was known. This business was too big for one Onceler alone, so promptly I built me a radiophone. I called my brothers and uncles and aunts, and I said, listen here, here's a wonderful chance for the whole Onceler family to get mighty rich. Get over here fast, take the road to North Nitch, turn left at Weehawk, and sharp right at South Stitch.
Opportunities knocking, there'll be no more squawking. We're gonna get rich, filthy rich. No more holes in our stocking. Turn left at Weehawk into the house of the glorious Onceler we go.
Gentlemen, I wish to speak for the trees. Here are some facts to cogitate and ruminate. It takes 10 months for a truffula seed to germinate. It takes 10 long years before the seed grows into a sapling. It takes 10 more years.
And in no time at all in the factory I built, the whole Onceler family was working full tilt. We were all knitting needs, just as busy as bees, to the sound of the chopping of truffula trees. Then, oh, baby, oh, how my business did grow. Now chopping trees one at a time was too slow. So I promptly invented my super axe hacker, which whacked off 4 truffula trees in one smacker. We were making needs 4 times as fast as before, and my profits, incidentally, were soaring galore. Inadequate roadways. I want a 4-lane highway over there. Instant Roadway Company at your service, sir.
I speak for the trees. Let them grow. Let them grow. But nobody listens too much, don't you know? I speak for the trees, and I'll yell and I'll shout for the fine things on earth that are on their way out. They say I'm old-fashioned and live in the past. But sometimes I think progress progresses too fast. They say I'm a fool to oppose things like these, but I'm going to continue to speak for the trees. I'm going to continue to speak for the trees.
It's always fair weather when good Oncelers get together.
I'm going to continue to speak for the trees.
line comes another need, answering humanity's each and every need. Everybody do need a need.
It isn't just a panty vest.
Use it for a hammock when you need best.
It's a toothbrush holder for your weekend guest.
Your canary will love it. It's a lovely nest.
Try it in soup. It adds great zest.
It'll cure those backache pains in your chest.
Everybody do need a need. You'll be amazed, you'll be nonplussed. It tastes like bread without the crust.
Grooms your hair when it gets mussed.
Rid your home of dismal dust.
It's a natural, it's a must.
Eliminates carburetor rust.
Everybody do need a need. It's super duper hooper hyper, makes a perfect windshield wiper, foolproof trap to catch a viper. We no complaints from any griper. Papa smokes and Minnie's piper.
Baby says,
Boy, what a diaper.
Everybody do. Everybody do. Everybody do need a need. Today we're here to celebrate, perpetuate, and demonstrate our love for the good old Munster, founding father of the Sneed. 3 cheers for the good old Munster, Georgie Washington of the Fleet.
Very heartwarming. Very heartwarming.
Oh, place your hand upon your heart and recollect his humble start. He came here in a horse-drawn cart upon his sacred mission. Today the Onceler's fame has grown. Today the name of Fleet is known. It's carved in everlasting stone. I'm seen on television.
For he's a jolly good Onceler, aren't we all? For he's a jolly good Onceler, aren't we all? 999,995, 96, 97, 98, 99, 1 million!
Stop it! Stop it! There's something I've got to tell you.
Huh? Oh, it's Nature Boy, the Garden Club member.
Now listen, all of you. I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. Whoops!
That was the Lorax. He spoke for the trees. Miss Funzler, Miss Funzler.
Yes, Mr. Onceler?
Miss Funzler, send in Miss O'Schmunzler.
Miss O'Schmunzler for Mr. Onceler. Take a letter, Mr. Onceler.
Take a letter, Miss O'Schmunzler, to my cousin Yunny Yunsler, General Manager, Needs Incorporated, Stockholm, Sweden. Dear Yanni, I'm overjoyed to hear how our business in the Scandinavian market is. By leaps and bounds speeding. The entire international picture is most exuberantly rosy and...
Oh, Mr. Onceler, he's back. That Lorax nut is back again.
Yes, I am the Lorax who speaks for the trees, which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please. But I'm also in charge of the brown barbaloots, who played in the shade in their barbaloot suits and happily lived eating truffula fruits. Now, thanks to your hacking my trees to the ground, there's not enough truffula fruit to go round.
I see your point. Yes, I do see your point.
They love living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to find food, and I hope that they may. Good luck, boys. Good luck.
Barbaloot suits, barbaloot suits. Hiking off to somewhere in our barbaloot suits.
Please think about it, won't you?
Every once in a while I sit down with myself asking, Onceler, why are you a onceler? And I cringe, I don't smile as I sit there on trial asking, aren't you ashamed, you old onceler? You ought to be locked in a hoosecow, you should. The things that you do are completely ungood. Yeah? But if I didn't do them, then someone else would. That's a very good point, Mr. Onceler. Progress is progress, and progress must grow. Things were going just fine all the way down the line. Needs were selling like hotcakes from Timbuktu to Texas. I was feeling quite relaxed in my good old solar plexus when he snuck out of a pipe. He was back with another gripe.
Onceler, you're making such smogulous smoke. My poor swami swans. Why, they can't sing a note. No one can sing who has smog in his throat. And so, please pardon my cough. They cannot live here. I am sending them off.
Where will they go?
Where will they go? I don't hopefully know.
Will there be another dawn, a sunrise for the Swami Swan? Exit, exit, Swami Swan.
What do you want? I should shut down my factory? Fire 100,000 workers? Is that good economics? Is that sound for the country?
I see your point, but I wouldn't know the answer.
Tell you what I'll do. I'll think it over.
No! You've run out of time for thinking things over. I'm sorry to yell, but my dander is up. Let me say a few words about gluppity-glup. Your machinery chugs on day and night without stop, making gluppity-glup and also sloppity-slop.
Slop, slop. Slop, slop. Don't go, don't go. Blank. Don't go, don't go. Blank. Slop, slop. Slop, slop. Don't go, don't go. Blank.
You're glumping the pond where the humming fish hummed. No more can they hum, for the gills are all gummed. So I'm sending them off. Oh, their future is dreary.
I hear things are just as bad up in Lake Erie.
Just fish out of water on hot, dry land. People ain't fish, so they can't understand what happens when simple things get out of hand. And a fish and his family's on hot, dry land.
Well, Mr. Onceler?
First the poor barbaloots, then the poor swami swans, now the poor humming fish. Oh, Mr. Lorax, Mr. Lorax. This cursed factory of mine, now at last I understand.
Mr. Onceler, Mr. Onceler.
Huh? Oh, yes, Miss Funzler.
Stock market's just closed, and Thnees Incorporated stock is up. Up 27 5/8 points.
Wow. Wow. Rowdy dow! Now you listen to me, Pop, while I blow my top. Trees. You speak for the trees. Well, I speak for men and human opportunities. For your information, you Lorax, I'm figuring on biggering. And biggering, and biggering, and biggering, turning more truculent trees into needs, which everyone needs.
And at that very moment, we heard a loud whack. From outside in the fields came the sickening smack of an axe on a tree. Then we saw the tree fall. The very last truffula tree of them all. No more trees. No more needs. No more work to be done. And in no time, my uncles and aunts, everyone, all waved me goodbye. They jumped into their cars and drove away under smoke-smothered stars.
For he's a jolly good one, sir, aren't we all? For he's a jolly good one, sir, aren't we all?
Now all that was left neath the bad-smelling sky was my big empty factory, the Lorax, and I. The Lorax said nothing. Just gave me a glance. Just gave me a very sad, sad backward glance as he lifted himself by the seat of his pants, and I'll never forget the grim look on his face when he hoisted himself and took leave of this place through a hole in the smog without leaving a trace. And all that the Lorax left here in this mess was a small pile of rocks with one word.
Unless?
Yes, unless.
What's an unless?
Just a faraway word, just a faraway thought.
A thought? About what? About something I ought?
Well, a thought about something that somebody ought. A thought about something that somebody ought. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing's going to get better. It's not. Hold on a minute. Where is it now? Don't go. I've got something for you. Here it is. It's a truffula seed. It's the last one of all. Catch, don't muff.
You're in charge of the last of the truffula seeds. And truffula trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new truffula. Treat it with care. Give it clean water and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest. Protect it from axes that hack. Then the Lorax and all of his friends may come back.